These are the top 15 scariest Resident Evil songs, both my personal favorites and what I've seen other people say are their favorites. I decided to only do songs that play in certain rooms or just general locations, instead of using boss themes or songs that play with certain enemies. I'll save those for other lists. Let's begin. This song plays immediately after you go down the ladder into the basement. Barry finds a rope for you and you climb down and can potentially get stuck down there and have no choice but to traverse the cold, creepy hallways of the basement. Let's not talk about the version from the director's cut. That might be even scarier than this version, for other reasons. Even though this is a remix of the underground laboratory theme from Resident Evil 2, I find this version to be a little creepier. It plays as you walk down the metal hallways of the lab in the below freezing point scenario. You'll find some special chemicals to make something special to use against the monster plant. Sometimes revisiting locations you've already been takes the horror away, but that's not the case with the village in Resident Evil 4. The second time around, the village is dark and there's a thunderstorm. You also have Ashley to protect, which makes things even more tense. Zombie dogs and lickers? Annoying enemies and the uncertainty of what you're going to encounter underneath the police station just add to the creep factor. This song sticks with you even after you've left the rooms where it plays. As the name says, this song likes to play in the hallways of the mansion. It has perfect atmosphere and makes you dread each corner you turn. The zombies like to stay quiet until it's too late. Make sure you don't turn them into crimson heads, though. There are plenty of spooky locations in Resident Evil 3, but there's something about the hospital that freaks me out the most. Particularly the rooms where this song plays. It doesn't play for very long unless you get stuck on a puzzle, but it leaves a lasting impression. I seem to favor the songs that have a cold feeling to them, and this one is no exception. It plays in the Antarctic base when you're playing as Chris. Be careful not to slip on the ice and fall on your butt. Wait, what the hell is that under the ice? Nope. Mourir SUV. Or, as my siblings and I would always say, Money SUV. That's what happens when kids play horror games. Anyway, the castle has plenty of freaky rooms, but this room is up there with my favorites. The statues hanging upside down, the monks chanting over rotten meat, and some chandelier swinging make this room pretty iconic. The music makes it even better. I could honestly make a list like this just from the remake soundtrack, but that would be pointless. Just listen to the whole soundtrack. It's all amazing. I can hear the sounds of the crates being pushed and falling into the water. This song plays in many of the rooms in the station, most notably the Crow hallway and the room with Chief Irons. Worst diary to read ever, by the way. It also reminds me of a song from the Twin Peaks soundtrack. Whenever I re-watch the show, it's all I can think about, actually. More from the remake soundtrack. It's the last one, I promise. Even though it was butchered in the remastered version, it's still scary when sped up. But I'm talking about the original version. The long pauses make the dread build up as you travel further and further into the lab that you've discovered. Wreckage of the Mad Experiment is actually one of my all-time favorite Resident Evil songs, and I'm thankful that it was kept in the final game, even if for only one room. I think the version from 1.5 is way creepier though. By the way, thanks for adding 3 evolved liquors in one small room, Capcom. One of the creepiest moments of any Resident Evil game ever is visiting the infirmary on Rockford Island. The zombie doctor, his file with some messed up details, and a torture room in the basement. The song makes it all 10 times worse somehow. Yeah, I'm going to put a song from Dead Aim this high on the list. That game has a great soundtrack, just listen to the introduction theme. A masterpiece. This isn't really a song, but it sure does its job to make the atmosphere in the sewers extremely creepy. What is even making those sounds? Zombies? Regular people? I don't want to know. regenerators and the knights? In my opinion, they're the scariest enemies in the game. This song plays during moments where both of them first appear. I wonder why it's number 1. Anyway, whether it's playing during Ashley's segment or on the island in random rooms, it's scary as hell. Maybe it's the 11-year-old in me, but I think Resident Evil 4 has one of the scariest soundtracks of the series. This song just proves it. That's all for this list. I already have some more list ideas, but nothing on them is certain. If people like this video, I'll work on them. I'd love for you to share your favorite things Resident Evil in the comments, whether it's music, enemies, bosses, or characters. Thanks for watching!